Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Jazz Sports Show, episode 13 here, coming at you live from each of Alex's bedroom, my extra room, and Jalen's dungeon,
I do be in the dungeon.
where Hannah keeps the whips, no pun intended.
Whoa.
Anyway, jumping into this weekend, we have our bets. I want to jump right into our bets. We hit the Packers and Rams. We had Puka Nacua scoring a touchdown, Matthew Stafford for 225 passing yards, and the Rams winning. It was a ball buster of a game. Panthers made it a game. Rams made a final drive to win. Fourth down, not converting for the Panthers. Our bet did not hit for the Packers versus Bears, which was also a ball buster where the Bears came back from down 21-3. That bet did not hit. We only missed on the touchdown score, which was
Mungai.
And then jumping to Sunday, first game, the Bills versus the Jags. Everything hit but the touchdown score. James Cook did not score. And then, who did you pick? Did you pick the Eagles to win, Jalen?
Well, in the thing, I think I picked 49. I don't remember. I think I picked the 49ers, but I don't know.
I know I picked the 49ers to beat the Eagles.
I know I said if the 49ers didn't have Kittle, then yes, I would have picked the Eagles. But they didn't have Kittle, and they still beat the Eagles.
Well, he was there for a little bit.
Yeah,
He was there for a little bit. I said if they had the Kittle, then they would have won. So I guess technically, I picked the 49ers to start. If he started.
Unless proven otherwise, we hit that bet. So
Yes.
right now we're 2 for 3. Or 2 for 5. We're 2 for 5. Then Sunday night, what did I pick for my leg? You picked Ladd McConkey to score a touchdown. He did not.
Who'd they play?
The Patriots. You picked the Patriots to win.
Picked the Patriots to win.
And then I picked Hunter Henry to have like 3 catches.
Yes.
Which I think they hit. So tonight we have the Texans versus Steelers, who I think the Texans are winning. The Texans are driving right now as we speak to start the second half. But continue on to that, we already have some of the NFL playoffs matchups locked in already. We have the Seahawks playing the Niners, and we have the Bears versus the Rams. All right, and then we have the Patriots versus the winner of tonight's game, and we have the Broncos facing the Bills. The Broncos face the Bills no matter what. The Patriots are going to play whoever wins tonight. Then you have the Seahawks, 49ers, and you have the Bears and Rams. I'm pretty sure we are correct on our picks so far, majority-wise, as a group.
Yes.
We were correct.
Other than, yeah.
No, actually, did you both pick the Eagles?
No, I think I picked the Niners.
We all know I picked the Niners.
For real?
I think we did collectively as a group. We picked the Niners. I'm pretty sure.
So who do we got going out? I got the Seahawks beating the 49ers again.
This could be a hell of a game, though, but I would go the same way.
These have all been banger
Only
games.
because, the 49ers, refuse to lose. The Seahawks play to win, but the 49ers, refuse to lose, if that makes sense.
I'm picking the Rams to beat the Bears.
I would second that. Unless they play the way they did against the Panthers. And
the Panthers have played the Rams twice, and they have somehow played them phenomenal both times. So
yeah, they have. I'm also going with the Rams.
What about the Broncos and Bills in Mile High Stadium?
I'm picking the Broncos. Josh Allen was all over the place, in and out of the tent, in and out of on and off with the medical staff all game. They won. I don't personally think they looked great. They looked good. Obviously, they won. It was technically, I guess, an upset field advantage-wise. I'm going with the Broncos. They had an extra week, which I think doesn't impact as much in the NFL as it does in college football. I think it benefits more in the NFL. I'm going with the Broncos.
I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think Josh Allen. Like if it's a close game, Josh Allen's proven to get that team through that clutch moment.
Not in the playoffs though.
Hey, he got his first road to playoff win, so maybe it's a flipped switch. He's never won on the road before in the playoffs. He did this first time this season, so
maybe. I like Josh Allen. I wouldn't be upset to see. Honestly, I don't care who wins the Super Bowl as long as it's not Pittsburgh. I'd be fine with any other team winning. I like to see the Texans win, but they don't look pick. C.J. Stroud looks like he's never played football before. Pick in the end zone he just threw. This has lived up to the defensive game everyone said it would be.
For scoring.
This is DK's playing, ain't he?
Yeah, he's back from his suspension. He made it out.
He would have been pissed if they lost to the Ravens.
DJ threw a pick?
Yeah, in the red zone. Inside like the 15.
Damn.
Just a bad thrown ball behind him. Yeah, it's a pick. Brendan Eccles, another UK Wildcat making a good play, which is a shock. No. Oh.
Ha 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 ha. But anyway, I'm gonna pick the Bills. I'll pick the Bills. Patriots versus whoever wins tonight. I think I'm just gonna go with the Patriots.
The Patriots look solid as a whole. They had a few miscues, but they look solid as a whole.
Yeah, they look good. A lot of people thought that they'd be the team that kind of fall on its face out of the AFC in the first round. But they did not do that. They looked good, solid through and through. But I heard before the game, on the pregame, they're missing their all-pro corner, Christian Gonzalez, out of Oregon. He's one of the best in the league, so that'll be something to keep an eye on.
Rather than missing him, I'm picking the Texans if they win to beat the Patriots.
Yeah, I think missing Gonzalez if the Texans win against Nico Collins will be huge. If the Texans win, hopefully they do, look for Nico Collins to have a great game whenever they play. They play Thursday or Sunday?
I hope
Sunday.
Sunday.
Everybody's Sunday. I mean, it's been an exciting playoff so far.
It's been great.
Honestly,
it's been one of the best playoffs I think I can ever remember.
Dude, I think I would love. I mean, I wouldn't love to see it. Dude, imagine a Seahawks versus Texans Super Bowl. That would just be a straight up defensive masterpiece of a Super Bowl.
I think. Well, the thing is, the Seahawks have an offense to go with their defense.
Well, I'm saying like the Texans defense, dude, is literally just.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're both top 5 defenses, though. But the Seahawks have a very significantly better offense than what the Texans do.
Yeah, this game right now, the Pittsburgh game, these two offenses ranked bottom 5 in total yards and points. So we expected this game to be like this, but I think Seattle's offense is a different animal compared to the Steelers. If the Steelers win in that case.
Dude, I'm gonna be completely honest. If the Texans had 2 good offensive linemen, not even 5 good offensive linemen, if they just had 2 good offensive linemen and Tank Dell was healthy, I think their offense and with their defense, they would win the Super Bowl. I think they would win the Super Bowl if Tank Dell was healthy and they had 2 good linemen. Because that's how good their defense is. Because
it's legit.
C.J. Stroud is running for his fucking life most of the time.
Yeah, he himself hasn't put the team in a great situation so far today. That's his second turnover, and it's just the start of the third quarter. He looks a little frustrated watching the game right now, obviously, but he's wearing that C badge on his jersey for a reason. Hopefully he can calm himself down, and if they escape with a win, then be that more prepared this upcoming week.
Yeah. Moving on, we can go to college football because I kind of want to talk about this because it's kind of NFL and college football related. The Raiders secure the number 1 pick. Now, did they take Fernando Mendoza? I've seen a lot of those TikToks on my thing where like a lot of Raiders fans are singing that Fernando song by ABBA. Do you think the Raiders take Fernando, or do you think they should trade down, get more draft capital? Because ain't no way Fernando Mendoza is going to fix that team in 1 year. They might win 4 games instead of 3.
Well, I mean, Geno Smith obviously isn't the answer there, but
Hmm.
it's a lot more than a quarterback
Dream
issue.
take right there out of Jalen.
Well, it's a lot more than a quarterback issue. You get rid of his number one wide receiver. Obviously, they're not going to do well in the passing game. I mean, other than Brock Bowers, he didn't have anybody consistent to go to other than it was Jacoby Myers, and then they traded him halfway through the season. Obviously, what did they expect to happen? And then they drafted a rookie running back. Usually, you only draft a rookie running back if you have a O line that you're either going to build an O line in the offseason or you already have an established good O line. At least the way they used him. If they used him more as like a catching running back, I think it would have been a little bit better of a situation. But they only used him in the passing game, like the last quarter of the season.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, do you just trade down like
I would.
the Panthers did 3 years ago? And look at the Panthers now. They traded down in 20. Well, they judged it down
It's been a
what
while.
2024 when they drafted.
They
No,
drafted a lineman,
2023.
didn't they?
Sorry. They had the number one pick in 2023. Traded down, which gave Bryce Young to the Panthers. So what do they? Why don't they just do that again? Now look at the Bears now. Look at the Bears now. Like they traded down. The very next year, they got the quarterback that they needed.
Honestly, it'd be a crazy take. Crazy take. If they did trade, I would say they trade down. They trade down for like a few picks and maybe like a wide receiver or an O lineman. And the quarterback that they sign would be Joe Flacco. You get a veteran quarterback back there who has
But he
he
ain't gonna do
like
shit if you're O line Dookie.
well that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, he did well with the Bengals, and their O line isn't the greatest.
Well,
You
this
just
Better
year
than the Raiders.
they've been better than a lot of people have led the conversation to be. The Bengals offensive line, this just like this Texans offensive line, this Raiders offensive line's a different breed of.
well, yes, it's a different breed of bad. But the thing about Joe Flacco is he gets the ball out quick. So like if he knows the thing's gonna come towards him with no O line, he's gonna get the ball out quick, which is something if they trade down in picks, they can get at least a decent O lineman and maybe a wide receiver. Like they get a wide receiver in the draft, or they can get an O. They're either gonna get an O lineman or a wide receiver with the picks that they're gonna get for having the number one pick.
If I'm the Raiders, I'm trading down and I'm trading for another first round pick. I'm having, no matter what, this year
Well,
I'm
yeah, I
having
mean they
two.
would. You typically would trade for like just a later pick.
No, I'm saying like a later pick, but I'm also trading for another first round pick as well in this draft. Meaning I'm having two first round draft picks to where I can take the best wide receiver available or the second best depending on where it is, and then I'm taking a lineman, a top 3 lineman in the draft. I'm taking one of those. I'm taking a wide receiver, and then we'll go base from there. Get the studs out of the way, so it's like okay, if I sign Joe Flacco, like Jalen said, all right, he's got Cornell Tate to throw it to, right? Or he's got who's another top receiver coming out in the draft this year?
Uh, I believe someone. There's multiple of them. I just can't think of them off the top
Well,
of my head.
Cornell Tate's the only one coming to my mind right now. So Cornell Tate, right? And then you draft the offensive lineman. Say you draft the left tackle from A&M or the right tackle from A&M. The big old 6'7", 340-pound man. I think that would be good. But should the Jets have the number 2 pick, should they do almost the same thing as we're saying the Raiders do? Instead of drafting Dante Moore, if Fernando goes first, do you draft Dante Moore and make him start right away? Or do you keep Tyrod Taylor, let Tyrod Taylor start, you draft Dante Moore, let him watch Tyrod Taylor, Or
I
I think the difference between the Jets and the Raiders, I think the Jets have more of like an organizational issue. More than just like your players suck, your team sucks. Like you can only for the Jets, they've been bad for 15 years. And you can only be so bad for so long without a shot. Like even people who take shots in the dark, like just regular picks, have a better chance of being good than what the Jets are doing right now.
Yeah, the Jets are a spectacle.
yeah, but
Like the Raiders weren't always terrible. They've just been terrible the last few years after Derek Carr left. They've had a lot of major people leave the Raiders for them to be
you
this
know what?
bad.
If I'm
No
the Jets,
condemnation.
I'm drafting O line and defensive players.
That's really all you need for the. I mean, their offense isn't bad. They have
Dude,
good
I mean,
offensive pieces, but they're other than their O line.
dude, get draft O line, draft defensive players. Fucking start Brady Cook next year for all I care, or freaking a uh, trade for Anthony
Burrow.
Richardson. Trade for Anthony Richardson or some shit. Have a quarterback. Then next year get to draft like a Arch Manning or something or whatever. You know,
They do have 2 first-round picks this year, don't they? Because they got the ones from the Colts. Is that for this year?
dude. So then there it is. Draft an offensive line and draft a defensive freaking stud, or draft 2 offensive linemen for crying out loud. Be smart, dude. Imagine taking 2 offensive linemen, bro. That would be the
Because
smartest.
like other than their O line, like on paper, their team isn't like their players aren't bad on paper. If you like sit down and like look at them, other than their O line is like horrendous too.
Hey, do you think if Caleb Downs is available at 10th, should the Bengals take Caleb Downs?
Yeah, I think he's the best defensive player in the draft, other than Ruben Bain. Different positions, obviously, but I think Ruben Bain's an absolute freak of nature. But yeah, I wouldn't
Honestly,
mind. He'll be gone by 10. I wouldn't mind at all seeing them take Caleb Downs, but I do think safeties, DB as a whole, isn't their biggest need, but you can't be upset with the best top 3 overall defender who's proven. Yeah, he'll be gone by 5.
Yeah.
if you're the Ruben
Bain.
Bain, like their edge rusher,
That'd be great if the Bengals could trade up, which they won't because they don't do that. And take Ruben Bain in the top 5. I'd be ecstatic.
now what if crazy idea? What if they take like for the Raiders? They draft they obviously give up the number 1 pick, but they still have like a top 5 pick somehow, whatever team they trade with, so they don't get as many web like stuff. Would it be crazy for them to take Ruben Bain, have him train under Crosby, and then you have like an edge on edge rushing?
Hmm.
Like obviously, because Ruben Bain's obviously a freak of nature.
No, you know what? You just can't.
Crosby is one of the best edge rushers, like right now. Like, obviously he's aging, so he's going to be retiring here soon. Not necessarily soon, but he's obviously an aging player. So like, you have Ruben Bain learning under one of the better edge rushers to
Or
at least give a
draft him.
solidified defense.
Or you draft him and then you trade Max Crosby and get a player and picks galore.
Which you could probably do that too. I don't know if. I mean, you could probably do that too. But
You
Crosby
get 2
said,
first-round picks for Max Crosby.
"How old is he? I thought he was a little older though.
No, he's like 28.
Yeah,
So he's still young.
How old
Well,
is
like
Max
not
Crosby?
young, but like
He's
efficient
28.
age.
So I mean, shit, dude. Trade.
I thought he was older. For some reason, I thought he was older than that.
I mean, I think he got drafted in 2017 or something like that, or 2018. But anyway, jump to that, and then let's get to talking about the college football player. Oh, I guess we can do bets.
The championship game. There's
It's
only
too
one.
hard
Yeah, there's only one game.
No, we can do bets for NFL.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
for the games that we know that are going to happen. So it's like we can't do the Steelers or Texans versus the Patriots. But we can do
Kind of
everybody else.
stupid. I think it's stupid that they played a game today.
Oh, I think it's so dumb. I think they should have played 3 on Saturday and the 3 yesterday. But anyway, we'll do the Broncos and Bills first. All right, so I'll go ahead and do the player prop. I think James Cook is going to have 60 plus rushing yards.
Jalen, you want to think for a second, or do you have?
I'm gonna go with the Bills. Flip it if you want to for the bet, but I'm gonna go with the Bills because I think it's gonna be a close game. And if it's a close game with the Bills having the ball in the fourth quarter, I think they have the edge to pull it out. Broncos have been a little shaky, 50-50 in those last few minutes of the fourth quarter when it's a close game.
I'm gonna go with R.J. Harvey. The Bills' rush defense is like almost dead last in the league. They have not answered or responded to any running back well.
Except with running the back.
R.J. Harvey touchdown.
All right, cool. Now let's go to the Bears and Rams.
I'm gonna go Rams. I just think they're better offense, defense, special teams. So
we go to
Rams.
Devontae Adams, 40 receiving yards.
I'm gonna ride Puka touchdown.
Puka.
Now let's go to the Seahawks and Niners. I'm going to rock with Cooper Kupp, 25 receiving yards.
I'll go JSN touchdown.
And then I'm gonna go Seahawks grabbing home the W.
All right,
for the Seattle one
bets. We can probably post one later for the see who the Patriots end up playing or not. But it's getting exciting. It's getting to the AFC NFC Championship time. Always a good time. Let's go ahead and push on to. Let's talk about the college football playoff national championship. Indiana versus Miami. I think this game is won by the offensive line and defensive line. You have a really good defensive line with Ruben Bain on the other side, and you have a good offensive line with Indiana. I think it'll be good. I think I'm not gonna say on like who I think will win. I want Indiana to win. I do hope Indiana can control the line of scrimmage, in that Hemby and Black are able to run the ball good and let Fernando be able to throw out there and stuff. And I hope Indiana does not get behind to where Ruben Bain can just pin his ears behind his head and go after Fernando.
I will agree. I think it's definitely going to be a battle of the trenches. Because Miami, not Miami. Well, yes, Miami wasn't hot at the beginning of the season, but they're getting hot when they need to be. At postseason, they've played the close games. Even in the postseason, to pull out close games. But Indiana's been hot all season. They've put up a lot of points. But Miami does have like that X factor of probably in college football could be like the most, other than like a quarterback, the most influential player as an like a premium elite edge rusher. Because we've seen edge rushers before take elite quarterbacks completely out of their game because they can't get into their into their flow. So I think it's definitely going to be a good defensive game. But I hope it's a close game because I think championship games are better when they're close rather than just complete blowouts.
I'm gonna go with Indiana. I'm picking them to win. Really, the only reason I honestly picked Oregon last week was because I had to stick to my guns and have them. They're my championship team. I'm picking Indiana. And we've all said it about the trenches, but it's true. Another big difference in Miami between the first and second half of the season is Carson Beck. He's really turned it on. He's playing like he deserves that black Lamborghini that he drives around MIA all the time. But
doesn't go to school, by the way.
Yeah, no.
He says he doesn't go to class.
I'd like to say it'll be a good game because Miami stacks up better against Indiana than I think any other team has so far that they've played in the college football playoff as far as strength on strength. Um, Indiana, Miami's front seven's very good, and obviously Indiana has a great run game and top what top five offensive line combined between the whole line. And Carson Beck has a bunch of weapons with Tony, true freshman. He's going to be have a great career. He'll go on to the NFL. Uh, Not obviously this year, but eventually down the line, wherever he ends up. They have a pretty good run game.
I
But
will.
Carson Beck is a good game manager. Should be exciting to watch. But I'm going
I do
Indiana.
have one more thing to say about Miami's defense is their safeties are not afraid to hit somebody. They're not going for interceptions like other teams are. Their safeties will let you catch a ball and literally lay you the fuck out. Sorry for the language, but so
I think it'll be a good
Martino
game.
and
I think it's gonna be
Blake
an
already
exciting
ruined
game.
Blake already ruined the monetization for the video.
it's okay.
All
But
right.
yeah, I think
I think
it's
it's gonna be a
really going to
great
be a good
game
game.
next Monday. I can't wait for.
So wait,
I
are
don't
we going to
have
make the
work
video
next
on
Monday.
Tuesday? Most people don't have work next Monday. Are we going to make the video on Tuesday then?
Yeah. We hanging out Monday? Breaking the fourth wall here.
Yeah, we're hanging out Monday, watching the game, bruh.
Drinking some apple juice.
Yeah, having no drinks because dry January.
Dry January, boys. We ain't drinking that stuff.
All
Now,
I'm
if you want to
saying
sponsor it, go ahead and give it to us.
now all I'm saying is this is no shade to Indiana or Blake, but if my team was historically the worst college football team in the history of college football up until like 2 years ago, and let's say
Until
it was
last,
Kentucky, and Kentucky was in the college football playoff, I would be drinking all the apple juice, even if it was in January.
if they win, I said I will. I will call off work on Tuesday.
Wouldn't it be wouldn't it be more realistic to do it if they lost?
No,
Honestly, I think you should do it either way. I mean, because you'd be
Nah, I'm just
devastated
not
that
going
they've
to.
ruined a perfect
No,
season.
no. Indiana's winning because I'm not doing that. I'm not drinking no apple juice, man. I'm fighting that. Fighting the urge. Fighting. All right, let's jump on. Moving on. Let's jump to the Kentucky segment because Kentucky had a very interesting transfer portal.
uh, it was a phenomenal transfer portal. It's still going on. Stein said he still has two massive transfers that he's talking to right now. One of them, I forget his name, is a receiver for Texas. He was supposedly a package deal with incoming transfer C.J. Baxter, who was a five-star Big 12 Newcomer of the Year back when they were in the Big 12. He's elite, can't really stay healthy. He's missed 2 full seasons. Uh, Plain and simple, he's the best running back um, in whatever. He was in the Big 12, but he's the best running back in the SEC when he's healthy. Don't know if we'll see quite that. Um, but I'm excited for him to step on the field. If he stays healthy, watch out for him. Um, let's see here, 1 second. We got a bunch of great players. Elijah Barnes, again from Texas, is a four-star linebacker. Which, if you didn't know, the transfer portal rankings are a little different than high school as far as star goes rankings. Um, it's a lot harder to be a 4 and 5 star transfer as compared to a 4 or 5 star recruit out of high school. But yeah, we've had top number 4 in the transfer portal so far. A bunch of big 3 and 4 star transfers. I'd like to highlight a few along with C.J. Baxter and Elijah Barnes. Tegro Shabola played for Ohio State. He's an interior offensive lineman. He's a 4 star transfer. I believe he started for the Buckeyes this year. Blake, do you remember?
Started some. I don't. He didn't start every.
He had to start some.
Say he started some.
Yeah, because he's a 4 star transfer. So you kind of got to earn that and show really how good you are to be that high of a transfer. Colton Price, another interior offense lineman, another 4-star transfer from Baylor, is coming in. He's great. Lance Hurd is a tackle from Tennessee. He was first team All SEC this year. He started for them for the Vols 2 years in a row, and is the team captain. So that's a phenomenal ad. Yeah, Kenny Minchie, obviously. We'll see. A little bit unproven, but you can't hang your head quite yet. It was all Sam Levitt until Lane Kiffin. He's reportedly heading to LSU. So it stinks you don't get Levitt, who's the best quarterback in the transfer portal as of right now. A couple more guys. Tavian Wallace is Trevin Wallace's brother. He played for Kentucky. Trevin did. So his younger brother, Tavion, is coming over from Arkansas. He was a 3-star recruit. Excited to see him. And we have a kicker from USF who was 6 for 20 from field
Heck
goal
yeah.
last year. So we're real pumped about that, man.
I think he's going to do amazing for this squad.
That was really weird. But
Maybe it was a bad system, man. Maybe it was a system. Maybe he's a system kicker.
maybe he is a system kicker. But God
What
only
about
knows.
kickers? Get Ohio State's kicker out of there, bro.
God only knows what's going to happen with him next year. But hopefully we're not kicking many field goals, which we probably will. But that's it for football. Looking forward to the season. Looking forward to Will Stein. Looking forward to see if Kenny Minchie ends up panning out. If he pans out, I think the rest of the team will follow his lead and do great. So that's good for football. Basketball, we played Mississippi State on, when did we hang out? Saturday.
Saturday.
We were down like 8 at one point, and then ended up winning by like 30. So great second half of the game. I'm not giving up on Mark Pope yet. I know obviously a lot of people have, but he's a good guy. Obviously, he's nice. He cares about the fans. But we got to see a little more out of him from a coaching standpoint, because we have the talent as far as the recruits and the transfers on the team. Could still obviously make the win the SEC, still make March Madness. As far as March Madness goes, we kind of gotta flip the switch.
You got to flip a switch.
A lot. And horrible news today: Jalen Lowe is out for the rest of the year. He's having shoulder surgery, which
he should have had at the beginning of the season.
But he should have had it in the beginning of the regular season. That's why he dislocated it in the first game. This was here. This was known. So it really stinks to lose him. He's a great pass first guard. That really stinks, but we have SEC play is obviously tough. Let me see who we have next. I'm pretty sure we play tomorrow.
Dang, I didn't realize there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams in the SEC that are all 1 and 2 in conference play. Crazy.
Bro,
Yeah.
listen to this Indiana men's basketball. We have 4 losses. We just lost to Nebraska, who's 8th, who's undefeated. Nebraska is a pretty solid team.
Did you see?
We lost to Kentucky, which we've already talked about that. Lost to Louisville. We lost to Minnesota, which Minnesota has beaten some teams in the top 25 already. So that was.
Did you see the thing about
we're gonna lose to
Indiana,
Michigan State.
Nebraska?
We play Michigan State tomorrow at 7.
And Kentucky
gonna be
plays Wednesday versus LSU. It'll be a road game.
LSU has been 0 and 3 in conference play. Well, they've been 0 and 3 in conference.
They have a good record overall.
Yes.
Excited to watch that. I think they're picked to finish last in the SEC. Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. That pretty much ends the Kentucky segment. Doing pretty good.
It's an odd year for Indiana and Nebraska.
Nebraska's great at basketball, and Indiana's pretty good at football.
Great at football.
Yeah,
Yet the schools are flip flop.
Dylan Raiola is going to Oregon now. He's out of Nebraska. Speaking of Nebraska, he is going to Oregon. He's going to play under
also
Manning. That'll be exciting to see.
College basketball. Shout out them Red Hawks of Miami University of Ohio.
There you go.
Yes.
Not the U, not the U.
You got University of Miami. You have Miami University. Miami University is the one in Ohio. University of Miami is the U down in Florida. All right, let's jump to the NBA segment to wrap up this podcast real quick. Go ahead and take it over.
Well, start off the thing that literally the last thing we talked about last week was trades. Biggest trade so far is Trae Young to the Wizards. Why does he want to go to the Wizards?
Trade, right?
Who?
They're talking about MPJ being traded from the Nets.
They're talking about him.
He's rumored to 100% be traded.
Yes. Well, that's because he's like, they want to tank, and he's not letting them tank. He's literally dropping like 28 points a game, trying to tank.
Let me look up MPJ's stats right now.
But he's averaging 24.5, like 7 and 7. I saw a clip on it the other day.
But
all right, he's averaging 25.9, so 26. He's averaging 7 rebounds a game. And he's averaging 3 assists a game. He's shooting 49% from the field. And
3 assists is a lot for him.
Huh?
3 assists is a lot for never swing the rock.
Holy Michael, sometimes swing the rock, Porter Jr.
Yeah, and he's shooting 40% from 3. Holy fuck!
On a team that's trying to tank.
I know, but this dude is literally this is what everybody expected him to be on Denver. He just never had the chance because he wasn't like the dude.
Pause. Tank Dell just got hurt, or Nico Collins just got hurt. He is being carted off the field. I was thinking about picking him if they won. Don't pick him, guys.
Yeah.
He's being carted off the field. Sad to see. Plagued by injury. He's a great receiver. CJ Stroud is now throwing to Christian Kirk. That's about it.
That's a name that hasn't.
But that's what I mean, bro. It's like, how do you expect the Texans' offense to be good when he has one receiver, and if he goes down, he's thrown to a bunch of guys that...
To be fair, 3 years ago, Christian Kirk would be an elite receiver to throw to.
That guy...
Yeah, but he's the third option, dude. He's the third receiver. He's not even the third receiver.
No, he's not.
That guy got...
Jaden Higgins is.
That guy got $30 million from the Cardinals a year.
And then he spent it on gambling and hasn't done anything.
The Jags, bro. The Jags.
Yeah, he got the bag from the he got bagged from the Cardinals, got traded to the Jags.
No, he signed with the Jags.
Yeah.
Did he? Well, he got a bag from the Jags, got caught for gambling, and then hasn't done anything since.
Yeah. Now he's the number 1 target on the Houston Texans.
Yes, but back to the NBA trades. It's smart for Atlanta, but I don't know what the Wizards are doing at this point. I don't know if they're trying to rebuild.
Bro, I would not have made that trade. Why the hell would you want to pay a guy so much money when he can just go in free agency this year and just be...
Well, the only significance it carries is that the Wizards now have a ball dominant guard. Like CJ McCollum was their point guard. He was a bucket 4 years ago. He turned into a point guard and hasn't really been the same. So it makes sense for for the Hawks because they're trying to free up cap space for trying to get Anthony Davis. I don't know what they're going to trade for Anthony Davis, even though you could probably trade him a bag of chips.
Yeah, 10-6 Texans, by the way.
Make sure the just like he is.
But in the end, Anthony Davis might not be able to be traded because he might be on injury because he might have hand surgery because he has a torn ligament. After he just came back from injury. But other trade stuff is the Grizzlies are actually opening up stuff for Ja Morant, which for any team would honestly be a steal to get him because his trade value market is so low.
Do they also need to trade JJJ?
Well, his contracts. I don't think he has an expiring contract, so his is like a little bit massive.
Well, and I don't think they're completely trying to tear it down.
No, they're just
Ja Morant doesn't
fit their culture.
Well, he he wants to
I don't
be
know whose
it,
culture that dude
just
fits.
like AJ Brown. He wants it to the show to all
The
be all
He
Heat.
does
about
not
him.
fit the Miami Heat culture.
Yes, he does, bro.
He does
Oh, yes,
not
he
fit the
No,
would.
he
Miami Heat
does
culture.
not.
He gives them so Ja Morant gives them a guard who can like handle an offense.
Bro,
He can dish
Spoelstra
it
ain't
out
gonna
when
put up with
needed.
his shit.
Bro, yes, he will.
No, he
It's
would
not Eric
not.
Spoelstra. Pat Riley puts people in check.
He's like the most like out of
He's
hand.
not. He's not the worst person they've ever had.
Bro, he got suspended 25 games without pay, and he still does gun celebrations. There's no
Duh.
fixing this dude. This dude would rather be a thug than be a freaking.
Oh, he would fit perfectly in the Heat. Trust. He'd be he'd be better than what we have now,
Dude, he would fit perfectly in the 1980s Pistons.
which is the most hustled team in the league is the Heat compared to the Pistons.
I'm talking because of the bad boy Pistons vibe, dude. Not talking about him being down there, dude. He wants to. But whatever.
The
Anyway,
Pistons just wanted to fight.
yeah. Anyway, I want to talk about this before we wrap up. My buddy Justin made a bet, money line on every playoff game. He is correct as right now. He has the Texans beating the Steelers. Bet $20 to win 730.
That is nuts. I'd be sweating.
And he texted me last night, and it was before the 49ers game. He was like, "Do you let it ride?" And I was like, "Yeah, let it ride." And he won. It was like 240 buyout. Then it went up to 430. He was like, "Do you let it ride?" I was like, "Dude, let it ride for the Patriots game." He gets it up there. Now the payout's at like 500. I'm like, "Dude, let it ride, bro.
You're gonna let it ride at 500?
Like, let it ride, bro. It's the Texans, dog."
They're up 4.
They have no offense anymore.
Well, they still have the defense. So.
Hey man, you can do anything with a positive attitude.
Yeah, anything and everything. But all right,
What are we,
guys,
Team Sunshine?
This is going to end episode 13 of the Jazz Sports Show. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. This week we are going to get the Instagram and TikTok made. If it's the last thing I do, knock on wood, it's not. But if it's the last thing I do, all right.
Guys, we
don't
might
forget
not
to
have
and
Blake here next
subscribe.
week.
The YouTube, go check out this Twitch, guys. We need 41 more followers on Twitch to where we can get monetized and start having stuff on there, guys. But
Peace.